Oh no, what did I do? How do I... Where's my game? Oh my goodness. Ran. Sorry, I didn't feel sick, but now all of a sudden I sound sick. Freeze up. Thank you for that Bezos money. I appreciate you. I miss you. I know you don't want the 16 spoilers. And I can totally appreciate that. Am I enjoying the game? Yeah, I really am. I have a few, like, overarching complaints for sure. But overall, I am enjoying the game. I am... When can I come back? Let's see. I am 76% of the way through the game, they say. Although, I think I'm only at half of EPLP's playtime, so... I don't know how much longer I actually have to get to 100%. What silver trophy did I get? Oh, the 50,000 damage while staggered. Expect to buy and play it sometime in 2030. So Ran, my plan for after I finish this game, whenever that happens, and I do want to keep pushing through with it, A, so I don't get spoiled, and B, so that Josh and I can wrap up our brief coverage on it. Then the plan is to play 9, to go back to 9, and I think alternate that with Tears of the Kingdom, because those are both Switch games, and that will be the goal. You have to play the game again on hard mode for a trophy. I did everything again, even though I didn't need to. So I think I wouldn't stream that. What I would love to do is hook the PlayStation up to my TV and be able to come home and play this game from bed when I feel like it. But I think what I would also do is then I would go through and do some story coverage of the game on stream as I'm playing it for a second time. I would sort of do essentially like a podcast, but of just me talking, I guess. Covering the story as I play through the game on hard mode. Which is fine. I could do that. So what I think I'll do is finish streaming it. Look at that. Only 34% of the trophies. Although each trophy is not weighted equally. I know this. I think it's dumb, but I know. Excited to tune into some Tears of the Kingdom. Candidly, I lost steam on it, but it's just because July has been very busy for me. Well, I have 5 weeks of work left before I hit unemployment at this point, because the job hunt has been going, let's say, poorly. But yeah, I think it's been a bit of a struggle playing just one game all the time, because if folks aren't into that game or they're not caught up and they don't want spoilers, which is totally fair, then they can't hang out in the stream. And that's a bummer for me and for you guys. So that is definitely not my preferred mode of streaming, but I do want to get through this game for the podcast coverage. Because then also, I think the plan is to do 9 with Adam. I think that's the podcast plan. I have to check back in with both Adam and Josh about that. But so currently the calendar is finish 16, and we're chugging right along. And then we will go back to playing 9, podcast about 9, and I think also stream Tears of the Kingdom, just 'cause, and to get some variation in the system. And at some point I will play 12, probably after I finish 9. And then we'll do 15 Royal Edition. So, like, there's plenty of things on the calendar coming up. And I know Amy wants me to play Zelda. And once we switch into Switch mode, which will be after this, because I have 12 on Switch also. So we'll do 9. We'll do Tears of the Kingdom. We'll do 12. You never got the platinum for 9 since it requires a certain minigame to be perfected. The way that I am freed playing these games on Switch because there aren't achievements is astonishing. It's an entirely psychological thing. So if the trophies just don't exist, I don't care. It's the beauty of playing the games on Switch instead of on PlayStation. Yeah, so that's the plan. We'll have a whole new calendar coming up. Maybe in September, probably in September. I think August we'll still be doing this, especially because I am doing a stage combat workshop for 4 days in August, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to try and finally get my computer screen fixed, since I definitely won't be streaming for like 5 days. And if it takes longer than that, it'll take longer than that, and I just won't stream while the computer's getting fixed. But that's my goal for timing, to hopefully get my screen fixed without it being too additionally intrusive to my life, because I haven't found anywhere that can do it in less than like 5 days, which is a long time to be without your computer, you know? And I don't even do my job on my computer, mostly. Minimum 5 days. Apple Store said 2 weeks, because they would ship it to Texas or something. Apple Store can't even fix it on site, even though this computer is less than 2 years old. Fucking stupid. But yeah, that's the
split the sea
situation currently. Real dumb. Yeah, so like it's been an issue of both definitely not having the money, and then also not having the time, and now I sort of maybe have the money, kind of. But like, again, without my computer, I just can't do my life. At least I can't stream and do a lot of other things that I do, so that would be a problem. I think. Yeah, because I was like, oh, well, maybe I could just hook the PlayStation directly up to the monitor and stream that way. But the monitor itself can't run OBS. Duh. And I guess I could stream directly from the PlayStation to Twitch, but without all my little bells and whistles and stuff. So, a month from now, or really like 3 weeks from now, we will take a brief streaming break while I am on a staycation doing a stage combat workshop and trying to get my computer fixed. So that's what's up. And then after Labor Day, I'm unemployed, and I will probably stream too much. So.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
Oh God, if it's August, it means it's another
about Dravost.
Another Blackthorn quest. Okay.
With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mine's
so there you go, Rand. There's your updates.
Like no one's business.
I miss having you around. I really do. And Corndog too, because Corndog also can't get spoiled. And Mike is behind.
Every creature in the area
so many of my chat regulars have not been able to hang out, which has been a bummer.
They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon,
at first glance, it seems like playing a new game would be good for business. You would think. But if your community is all fans of the series, well, and if they're actually going to play it, because, like, this is the thing. Some people definitely are watching because they're like, I'm not going to get a PS5. I can't justify getting a PS5. It's not going to happen. So I'm just going to watch the game because they have, like, you know, a brand new Xbox or whatever, and it's just not logical to also get a new PlayStation. That totally makes sense to me. I've said it many times. If post-show recaps had not paid for the PS5, I still would not have a PS5. But it's also, I'm in a slightly different situation where even in that case, I probably wouldn't watch the game because eventually I would podcast about it. That's exactly what happened with Intermission. I knew I wasn't going to play it for the longest time, and I didn't. But I didn't want to watch it because I wanted to be able to give my own, unspoiled takes on it when I finally got to play it, which now I have. And once Adam has finished it, we will talk about it. I also can't justify getting a PS5, and yet here we are owning a PS5.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid.
Yeah, I would love to be
reckon we
podcasting
should
about
tell
the
him?
game more, but I certainly can't complain given that the game
better this way.
netted me
Well,
a paycheck and a
I can't
PS5.
stand about knowing what's
So.
happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
Dravost. Okay, another plus? There's so many things going on, y'all.
Clive, allow me to educate you.
There was somebody I wanted to look into, and now I can't remember who it was. Icon battle. Oh, it was probably Barnabas. Okay. Because Waloed is evolving here. Barnabas is Odin's dominant, and he worships Ultima, who is enemies with Clive. Yeah, okay. Yes, they battle. They icon battle. The battles are bad. Part company with an exclamation point. Lord Byron. Yeah. Okay. Absorbs the power of Shiva. Yeah. Okay. Sleipnir harbored. Was it Queen Medicine Girl? Is she on the... Oh, she is on the thing. But no, I think it was Barnabas and this guy that I wanted to look into. Okay, Lord Commander of the Kingdom of Waloed's armies, despite apparently falling to Clive Rossfield's blade outside Canvarian Agora, he appeared again in the Ironworks, conjuring countless doubles of himself that set up Clive and his allies, proving Joshua's theory that the Constant Knight was no mere swordsman, but a magical creation of King Barnabas. Yeah, there's a lot of sketchy stuff going on. Medicine Girl. Where is Medicine Girl? She's around. She's just, out by herself somewhere. Yeah. Just, in a lot... Everybody's in these groups. And then there's Ultima, and there's Medicine Girl. What is that about? Sleipnir's name is apparently a spoiler in itself. Oh, is it? Royal Knight Lord Commander. The capacity in which he evacuated Hugo Kupka from Rosleth Castle remains a mystery. Okay. Known to many as the Constant Knight by reason of his unchangingly icy demeanor and his unwavering loyalty to his liege, bested by Clive after his master slaughtered the guild masters and... Okay. Oh, Norse legends. Yeah, I don't know about that specifically, I guess.
Here you are.
Here we are. Okay, that's Clive, Torgal, Joshua, and I guess Byron is the fourth person in that little party of sprites. The Einhaar, I don't know how, I still... Something like that. Okay, we are headed for the Shadow Coast in the Kingdom of Waloed. And we still have to do Drake's Tail. That's the remaining crystal. Okay, Drake's breath we took down. Drake's head. Drake's eye, which stood in the frozen waste of the northern storm. Soon after the mother first fell, the tribes of the north. A terrible battle ensued in which the fire was pitted against ice, but eventually Phoenix and the dual army succeeded in driving back the invaders for a time. But, okay, so does Drake's eye not exist anymore? We don't really know a whole lot about the northern territories. And we okay, the last remaining mother crystal on Ash. Yeah, wait, so there's still 2, right? Because we haven't done the tail, and we haven't done the spine. Or did we do the tail? Oy, oy, oy. Was located. Lost in the chaos. Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Should be gone. That was the one that Bahamut absorbed and then Clive destroyed. Yes, the one that bloomed. Yes, okay, great. Got that one. So it is Drake's spine that is left. Okay, cool.
The state of the realm is ever-changing.
It's such a good feature. It's so good. Having the map, being able to go, like, especially because I am a visual learner, being able to see where all the things are, look at when we went to places, and understand, like, that's so helpful to me in processing what's going on in the game.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Here you go.
Where's that? Oh my god, everybody needs things. Good lord.
Always something in there.
It is always something. Okay, there are so many quests to do. Alright, hold on. We need to go this way. I think she's changed clothes again.
Then again, why settle for low-born chaff when we've honest-to-goodness royalty right here beneath our roof? If Prince Dion cannot see my love for him...
No, you cannot...
perhaps
No.
the Phoenix will.
No, you cannot go after my brother. Not allowed. I guess the good thing to know is that this too shall pass.
With Canva in the hands of Akashic.
Ah, Sid. Just the man I was hoping to see. Did you have a mo?
Don't tell me. You need more bomb ash.
Oh no, we still got plenty of that left. I'm working on bringing another one of the Chief's designs to life. This time, it's a new smelter. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermo amplification and a system of reciprocal recirculatory regenerators that let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his forge, that's for certain. Only mithril engines get hotter, and you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other end.
The one of the northern territory was lost to the blight. Right.
Rubbish neither. We need the good stuff. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exactly that. Any chance you could help me too?
Any chance you could help me too?
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh, it is. I promise you.
So, what exactly is this good stuff you need me to find?
I need the good stuff.
We've got a couple of examples here. Spherical echoes, we call them.
More fallen materials.
I've fought some of
The
those.
smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics deal with heat like nothing else, see? And what's more, they're directional, transferring heat from the inside to the outside. But these things, they're all outside. If we line the hub with them, they'll reflect the heat right back into the furnace. We've collected as many as we can, and I know where we can get the rest. Trouble is, they're all watched over by their bigger, uglier cousins.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes, and bring back the spheres they're guarding?
That's it in a nutshell, yeah. We're only 3 short, mind. And we know exactly where they are. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost Plume, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmekia. Last one is in the ruins of Advent, which is in the Empire.
All right then. Wish me luck.
It'll do. I'll be keeping all my fingers and toes crossed.
How was she?
Okay, but I think there was one more regular side quest over here too. Yep. Oh, it's in a letter in my chambers. Okay. We can get there this way.
Yes. Can we read Miss Editor's story for a lesson?
Canva lost.
Oh my goodness, we have to go so many places.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had them. Oh, don't tell me the stew's awfully thin.
Thank you for helping me guide my mentor free from his mortal coil. Contrary to what the madding crowd believes, we physicers are not without our limits. I cannot hope to cure every ill, mend every wound, save every life. The only medicine that will see you home safe without fail is prevention. Not that this knowledge will ever stop any of you from chasing down some behemoth for its toenails. The kid with the animals is around Goots. Is Goots like right outside, Blackthorn? Sir, I and the other Cursebreakers, aka the other Cursebreakers, and I, have grown concerned regarding the well-being of our captain. Despite the apparent unrest her recent investigations have visited upon her, Lady Doris refuses all offers of assistance. If it is not too much trouble, I would ask that you please speak with the captain and learn what troubles her so deeply.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me, but I can speak to her at least.
I remember Goots being out here. Yeah, there he is.
If I painted you black, could you fly me across the lake?
Ah, I see.
Are you even listening?
Amateur Twitcher. He's an amateur Twitcher. I'm a professional Twitcher.
Come back. Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
I wonder what his numbers are. I imagine the Hideaway is a good enough starting fan base. Oh, for the amateur Twitcher. Oh, Martha's Rest. Okay, so we're getting out of here. Oh my god. There's so many things. Okay, we gotta go pick up a quest and then go over here.
There were ghosts at the gates, not daisies.
This is good because we can see what's up with our little gay soldier boys.
Those things I said
Oh,
before.
nothing new.
So many were injured.
Hello.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders, second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrec. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of the people.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrec. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men, if it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further
Your
deprivation.
emperor, his heir, and the empress are all
Least
dead.
of
The
all
next
when
in
it
line is
serves
missing, so
only
how is
to
Sambrec
elevate
going to revive
others.
its empire? Good
How can blame him?
question.
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf? For your services to Northreach, you have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to his eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try? You could hardly fare any worse than I did.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
At least this is one that seems to be happening in here. It isn't going to send me to 16 different places.
I may have met this dude before. At the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Can I get there this way? I think I can. The journal has run out of spots. I'm doing too many things.
Halt. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
about
this
that.
updates the Lonely
You're the dame's man,
Soldier
aren't you?
dialogue. We'll have to check.
Got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that will be the
no building
envy of
walls.
the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary. So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Sabine. You are embarrassing me.
As long as you remain.
Wait. Prioritize, unprioritize. Unprioritize. Prioritize. Thank you. Okay, so just so that it'll point me in the right direction. Oh, but let's check in on our boys. Well, now they're not saying anything. It has updated their dialogue to silence.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
I got peppers to numb your tongue. I put fire in you.
And what can I do for you?
Ooh, I can afford it.
An excellent choice.
Thanks.
Thank you.
No, I don't have anything else to sell.
Come back again.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Why?
Yeah, they want him to go away. Understandably so.
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Yeah, we'll go to them in a minute. We're gonna go do this now. Because then we can fast travel back to the city when we're ready. Oh, wrong way. Checked just in time. Woken bug.
These ones first.
To me, Flames!
They gotta stop it with this protection nonsense. It's like kicking a soccer ball.
Now to find this spherical echo.
Spherical echo. Got it. Well, hello.
This is it. Right then. Just two more to find.
Oh, somewhere else, not here. Okay, well then we'll come back to that.
Nothing like a little unrest. There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the Dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
I left everything.
As long as you remain, the veil will see to you.
You are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
So much running around in circles. Yeah, you build your cities on the backs of bears. Let's not think that your empire is helping you. Yeah, right?
You? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Clive, how did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. You deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
You are correct.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sanbreque, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in.
Damn.
Along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well.
The lads.
But that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realized what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
Okay, now where shall we go? Oh, it's so far.
whole village has turned.
Oh, well, here we are. Guess we're doing this. Okay. Oh, Amber. The village of Amber. This is gonna be annoying. I'm really just trying to get to my spot. I'm not trying to do all this.
time to fight.
No, thank you. Oh, we're gonna fight these guys. Yeah.
Two down, one to go.
I cheered when the town of Amber went to Kashik. They want to comply with Annabella's callings, and this is where it got them. Fair enough.
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
Anything catch your eye?
What you got? Oh yeah, I have Shiva now.
I wanted one of those.
Well, now you have one. Congratulations. We got one more, which I expect will be Odin eventually. Cool, cool, cool. Diamond dust. Oh, we love shit that holds you in place and does damage. Launch multiple shards of ice that strike lighter enemies, draw them towards Clive, can be used in midair. Unleash a river of icicles that greatly knocks back enemies it strikes. Hold button to increase potency. We're going to try it. Still looking for Doris. We're looking for Doris. Doris is supposed to be up here somewhere. Pet Torgal.
Fetch!
That's not fetch, that's catch. Where are you, Doris?
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jars.
Doris, where are you?
I've got greens of all shapes and sizes. Colours too.
Mostly green, though. I mean, is she inside the... I'm gonna be really irritated if she's inside. It doesn't feel like she's inside, but I can't... Doris! This is annoying. The hell is she? Found her.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times. I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me.
Every streamer I've seen do the side quest has trouble finding her. I got lucky finding her.
She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sanbreque.
Well, extra tricky because...
After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join.
Usually, even when they switch it to the, like, somewhere in this vicinity, the person you're looking for still has the little icon over their head.
I'll take care of the escort.
But she didn't.
You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
And if I was supposed to remember what Doris looks like from the back of her
Go on
head,
ahead.
that was
I'll
not
follow
going to
once I send
happen.
word back to the hideaway.
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As of those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude, but now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep them in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Gazal Greens.
Gizal greens. I've never heard it pronounced that way before.
Watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right, and they're just about bearable.
A ringing endorsement.
Your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Okay.
Ah, Lord Rossfield.
What up, Wade?
What brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gazal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut
Glacial greens, ambrosia approved. If it's good enough for her, it's good enough for the citizens of Eastpool. Okay, see, so isn't it normally Gyshal? Have they changed the spelling of this too, the way they've changed Marlborough to Marble in this
Martha
game?
was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, Sir Wade, all of them.
Damn it all, I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved?
Yeah, Wade.
Though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord.
His little pouty face.
I will appeal to them. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance.
Aw,
Just like
go,
I do.
Martha, tell him.
Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village, your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
And bash people over the head with a frying pan.
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword.
Oh, I don't have a sword. All I have is a frying pan.
I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool! Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, await, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too, then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
Martha.
The calm before the storm.
These fucking plants.
I will not let this village fall.
Yeah. I'm just pushing buttons to see what happens right now. Damn. So many things going on.
You're finished.
Oh, it's ready to go again already? Damn. Oh, they're large and gross. Ugh. Yeah. Hello. Oh, thank you. I hate having to fight things that look like Torgal. It's upsetting. Oh, it didn't get in there. Ooh. That's fun. I could just do that forever. Neat.
It's over.
Yeah. Thanks for all your help, everybody. After all those rousing speeches.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield, change of plan.
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East Pool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when East Pool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Okay, more? Yay.
Next one's mine.
I might not know one end of a sword from the other, but I can roast the bastards, was what that guy said. Alright, I am going to take a quick break before we run after those guys. I will be right back. Hi. Hello. Yeah, I realized I clicked the starting soon screen, not the be right back screen. But I will be right back. I am back. We are here. We are continuing. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. And probably wouldn't have even noticed it, except that you were like, wait, what's going on? I think I want to go. Well, alright, fine. We're going this way.
There it is.
Bend a curl.
With me, Torgal. Too slow.
Well, that didn't hold it in place now, did it? So you won't quite do what I want you to do, but it helps. It's still good. I still like it.
You're a fine hound.
Ow. Yeah. Oh, not quite the right angle to hit the lightning rod and the... But that's okay. Yup. Wow, it comes back so fast. You picked a confusing time to join. Yeah, you did. But that's okay. I'm glad you're here. Ow. Shudder. This is not helping me. Okay.
All right. Back to Eastpool.
So much running in circles. At least this time they just
Lord
took me
Rossfield.
back there.
The Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people
Solidarity
saved us.
forever.
Still, we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now. So we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours. To protect Eastpool. And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away, they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight. And I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud
Eastpudlian?
all the same.
No, come on.
I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting
It's not called
outclassed.
East Puddle. It's
Speaking of
East
which, I ought to be
Pool.
getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
When learning Shiva, I took the opposite
and I'd be
approach.
counting
Instead of
on
rhyme
yours
trapping
too.
enemies, I went with
Those
mesmerize
Rosarians have got
to
to
bring
stick
enemies
together,
in
ain't we?
along with diamond dust. I
Indeed
could
we
see how that
have.
makes sense.
And Clive,
I'm not
come by
surprised
the
you went
Golden
with the
Stables when
opposite
you
of the
get
way
the
that I
chance.
did, because
I
you and
ain't paid
I
you for delivering
play
them
games,
seeds
it
yet.
seems, in completely
Right.
the opposite way.
I will.
Liverpool reference? Are they called Liverpudlians? Because that's a
Lord Rossfield.
ridiculous word.
Do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes.
How could I forget?
They are, and
There's
it
one
is
side that I shall never
wild.
forget. You,
Somehow in all the
facing
British
off
television I
against that
watch, I've
giant
never learned
Logan.
that.
not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials
To be a
Eastpool may
shield.
face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield.
And isn't Paul Hollywood from
I know that
Liverpool?
Eastpool
And somehow in all the Bake Off I've watched, I've never learned that.
be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
But again, I'd say the same thing. It's not called Liverpuddle. That would be disgusting. Because Liverpool is so much better. Okay, so many things we're doing, y'all. So many things. Okay, back to Martha's Rest. I think we can finish this one. If we go back here now. This whole stream is just going to be side quests. As it turns out. Also, David Lister from Red Dwarf and Dan Lewis from Doctor Who. I don't know Red Dwarf.
The hero returns.
I do know Doctor Who, but I don't know
It's lucky
specifically
you
who
came
Dan
by when
Lewis
you
is,
did,
I don't
eh?
think.
Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
They're Liverpudlians. Some
And
of my
it's
favorite
only right
shows.
that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
Well, that's where Sid and Mid are definitely
So,
from,
Eastpool's
based on their
finally back on its
accents.
feet again.
Liverpool.
A home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Not your hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much
I fell off
different
Doctor Who.
nowadays.
I'm very, very,
No.
very behind. I'm several doctors
Bearers living
behind
free
on Doctor
like
Who.
that. Reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long
catch
before I
up.
met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a
Aw.
hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful, anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew
I'm
it,
always caught up in
the
Doctor Who
cheeky
due to
arse was
you run a
rattling on
podcast
me
about
how
Doctor
I
Who?
was
I didn't
doing
know
it all
that.
wrong. After all my hard work, told me I was giving them
How did I
relief
not know
but
that?
freedom. But my bearers were still dying as slaves.
I must have known that at some point then and forgot.
Told him
I
if he didn't
apologize.
like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison.
I knew that because you knew that. I'll
Do you
take your
know what
word
he
for
did?
it.
He smiled, and then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
It's a good pact.
And you were.
Well, we both wanted the same thing, to make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
You had the opportunity to
you're
forget
right,
because I keep
aye.
the self-promotion to a
If we
dull
don't
roar.
manage it,
Well, I'm sure people
there's
would be
always them who
interested in
come
it.
after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Although a number of my viewers probably are already listening to the Doctor Who podcast
Anyway, enough
on my
nattering.
network.
Better get back
But,
to
you
work.
know,
Let's
if you
see
like
about
Doctor Who,
making
you can
everyone
never
some
have too
dinner,
many
shall
Doctor Who
we?
podcasts.
The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
I got the Martha's Rest signboard for my room. I'm gonna have like a pub sign collection in my house by the end of the game. Also, we're done with the main goal of the show and are kind of just doing it to do it at this point. So the podcast on my network, they're doing like a selective rewatch of kind of like best episodes, like highlights of the seasons, I guess. I fell off of that podcast too, to be honest. And that's on HBO, so that I could get back into because that's the one thing I still have a subscription to, or excuse me, Max. But I watched Matt Smith, and I think I watched the 50th anniversary special, if that's what it was, with the War Doctor. Like when the Doctor Who's were all there together. And I think that was the last thing I watched. But, like, I have not watched Doctor Who in probably close to a decade. Oh, how the fork do I get up there? What? I have to be able to go this way. Okay. It actually gets good after that, briefly. I'm only 10 years behind. Yeah, well, that sounds about right, because it would have been summer of 2013 when I dumped the person who got me into Doctor Who, and so I probably needed a break after that, and then didn't come back.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste, lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready.
David Tennant
We've
returns
suffered
as
too
the
many
Doctor
delays
for
as it
some
is.
reason.
Any more, and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, we gotta get rid of the astrologer, Mr. Healy boy. I love doing this while other people just stand around watching. That's cool. We gotta get you. Oh, you're dead. Okay. Not as the 10th Doctor. He's the 14th Doctor now, too? What? What? That's wild. What are they doing over there? Shenanigans.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid.
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin.
I am excited
I'm
for
sorry,
Shooty,
Sid, I
though.
should have told you sooner. This woman, my former
His career is
master,
just, like, exploding.
once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn. And had
This
such
woman is into some
clever
crazy
hands.
sex stuff. You can tell. You can just tell.
My other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade.
I mean, Doris is
to
clearly
you, nor will
non-binary,
I
so of
ever.
course they couldn't
I
choose
fight
between
for
the
a
book or
higher
the blade.
cause,
They said both.
to
Hi, hello,
liberate
it's
the
me.
bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore.
You think
And
she
no longer
frequents
has
the
friends
Veil?
in high places.
The slave trader lady?
The Dame does,
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
I mean, she also probably
If you're
does
certain.
some morally reprehensible things
And thank you.
with the
for
people that
everything.
she's in charge of.
Now, I
If
better
you
let these bearers
follow
know that
what
they're
I'm
safe.
saying.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
They gonna fast travel us to the hideaway? They are. Sometime later. Listen, I still have a lot of side quests to do. Let me out.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I've been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sunbreak. Went quietly, or so we're told. She won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be all right.
Hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Okay. Oh my god, more things have lit up everywhere. Let's stop at the Patron's Whisper and pick up whatever we've earned from our renown.
Covered in nicks and lumps. The lot of them.
But then we will go back to, of course, the ones we haven't finished are the ones that are going to unlock things.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
2,500 ability points. Clutch mine. I feel like that's a new one.
Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Mesmerize pulls them to you. See, that could also be interesting because of my love of the lightning rod. I feel like if you do the lightning rod and then you pull the enemies into you, then they're screwed. Could be worth trying. Increases permafrost duration. Enemy struck with frostbite will become temporarily frozen. Precisely dodging an enemy attack with cold snap freezes all enemies within a radius. This is known as permafrost. Permafrost duration is determined by the strength of the enemy attack dodged. Cool. Oh, we can upgrade Giga Flare. That's the move. Okay. The way I have not spent any time on Titan's shit at all. At all. It's gonna come back to bite me later, I know, because I know I need it for a trophy, and I just currently don't care. That's a future me problem. Is this where I do even weirder science? I can't tell. Yes. Yes. Because this is Dravosht. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go here first. The fact there's still 3 more side quests to pick up. The Titan trial will be fun. I'm sure it'll be a shit show. Oh god, how do we get there? Oh, okay. We just go up this way. Great. Great, great, great. We can do that. Okay. What I should have done while I was at the hideaway was buy more potions, but did I do that? No!
Don't get surrounded. Too slow.
Why not just cold snap all the time, you know? It's so fun. Wee! Collateral diamond. Don't want to be near that when it's exploding. Okay. And I saw it roll away over this way. Yep.
That's all of them. Owen can uncross his toes now.
Uncross his toes.
So Dravosht is still standing. For now, at least.
I mean, we helped them, so I would hope so. See, he's standing right there in the middle of the road, and he gets a little icon over his head.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts, and it turns out
Doris!
things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes, at least.
Well done.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Sid.
back. Welcome back.
I'd never have guessed, you know.
Welcome back.
Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoldan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain.
Are we gonna get another sign?
Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
Speak with August when you are ready. Is there a shop here? Yeah.
I have some things for sale. Thank you. Here you are.
Nope.
May we meet again.
Ready.
You, ready for the off then?
We can't waste any more time.
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls, and there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. It won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravost till I get back.
Leave it to me. And give those things what for, yeah?
Cool.
Which one of you's first?
Collateral diamond. Whoops. You wanna come over here? You wanna come over here? Come here. Come here. Yeah. I'll take it. It's so satisfying. I don't even care.
We'll find how.
Wow, he broke shit at a distance. Yeah, permafrost. Sick. Yes. No thank you. No thank you. Get out of here. Just for the prime finish. See why Shiva doesn't leave your rotation. Yeah, Cold Snap is awesome. Oh, that didn't go where I needed it to go. No. There we go. Yeah. Ew, just like weird scorpion tails sticking out of it. Oh, gross. But this is to the same point, the way Mike likes flare breath because it recharges while you're using it. The same thing is true with Rhyme, and now see, Rhyme's already ready to use again. Yes. Yeah. Hell yeah. Why? Why don't you go on top of the thing I'm locked onto? That would make a lot more sense. Yay. That's gonna be my big annoyance with it, apparently. Oh, because I upgraded it. That's why it's doing more. That felt like a precision dodge to me, but whatever. Shut her!
Is that it?
Sounds like not. Is that a chimera? What is that? Mm-hmm.
You're not getting past me.
Permafrost is great. Yikes. Don't like that. Don't want to be in that. Don't want to be in that either. Woohoo!
Too slow.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were way closer to finishing it. I misread the bars. Oh, that sucked. Total waste. You live and you learn.
Nice try.
Yeah. Oh, we're so close. Come on, Boo. Yes. Why does it do it that way? You're killing me. Nice. Nicely done.
Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
I did it.
You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but Dravoged isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravoged what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this tense.
Oh, they're gonna be friends again.
Like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
The cracked anvil.
And this is...
There should be somewhere you can view all your seals.
Lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Ooh.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task.
What about a few seals that go to the aquarium?
Still, and I've learned to own an edge Odin
Get
would
out.
be proud of. The engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravost in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with a hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
Okay. Oh, good. We can finish 2 things at the hideaway. And then you know what there is? 3 more side quests.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of papio nuts and all.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leatherwork for the grip. The steel, meanwhile,
Camille.
will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade.
I love that they're like, remember all these other side quests you did?
And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues engraving.
It's all led to this.
Led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is, then.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's
Ragnarok.
something.
I, trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
August is such a good friend.
No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Oh boy. They're gonna bring down the hideaway. 50 renown for that. Got a Demerung design draft. So they're like, here's the best sword of all time, but also here's a recipe for a sword that's gonna be better than the sword we just gave you that's the best sword of all time. Just to be clear.
What do I owe the honor? I never thought me and Zoltan would ever speak again, let alone work together. And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't. You've been a good friend of me, Clive.
It's because August has been a good friend.
So, will it be?
Nothing.
Anything else?
No.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts?
Canva lost? It can't be true. Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lessons?
With Canva in the hands of Akashic.
Ah, Sid. Wasn't expecting you back so soon.
It was not soon.
So, is it good news or bad?
Good, thankfully. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thanks a blimmin' million.
A blimmin'
Be into
million.
the smelter right away. May I present to you the Telemon Furnace? Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me
He's like, you really could just leave it
Oh,
alone.
that clasp looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? I reckon
Some more
I know how.
room.
With a new alloy we've been working on, the Telemon Furnace was just what we needed to perfect it. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also, well, stretchy, if you can believe it.
Stretchy metal. Well, if you insist.
That is the spirit. You'll love it, I promise. So, what do you reckon?
It's...
We can hold even more stuff.
Thank you, Owain.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway.
The hideaway?
can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
Inventory maximized. Sweet. With 2 Ds. Hello. All right, we got time to do more.
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, you had a little green exclamation point, so I thought that you needed me.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be, until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud, by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's easy. One of them swings a sword.
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
Across the dunes.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together.
I thought for a second those trees were on fire, and I was like, is that what I'm fighting? This giant fire thing? No. No, it wouldn't have made any sense. And I was like, they said bandit camp.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
Teehee. The fact that that whistle is the taunt is so funny to me. Alright, who's doing the curing? You, get out of here. Cunning man. They fly so far away. Oh, you. Ow. Thanks, Torgal. Yeah, you can just die on top of your friend.
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalamil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalamil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave. Fuck. I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
Well, for some reason, I'm his friend.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
Why are you taking the bearer's side, Victor? Are you want to?
Why people gotta get over their fucking racism.
You all along that he was...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but...
Again, the fact that
Could I have
Clive
a
ever
moment of your
shows his
time?
face in this place is
Seen
astonishing.
your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refuse to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside?
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
Sharing.
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope.
But people are mad.
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time.
Lubor.
They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us.
Aww.
We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you.
Aww.
The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
I would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. But where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
Do. Where is it? Oh, that's not a door, that's a window.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov, a small hamlet built around a fallen airship. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village after but a short walk.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the Firebird's flames burn ever in your heart.
A village built around an airship. Sounds like another lost wing. I hope the inhabitants are just as friendly.
Ooh. Oh, I think I get there this way. A new place.
Come on.
No, thank you. Oh, that's fake.
No mistakes.
I'll pass, thanks. Okay, this feels like there's probably a hunt board mark there. Or if it's not there yet, it will be there. But let's focus.
Don't get surrounded.
Tell me it looks like they might have an obelisk. Yeah, I think they do. Hell yeah. Wait, get the... Come on. Here we go. We got a potion. There's actually a thing worth getting. An obelisk! Hooray!
You deserve a rest.
Well, that's not good.
Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors.
weird pause. Meow. Okay. No sort of resolution to that. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Steel silk. I'm always so pleased when I find the boxes and then there's like never anything good in them. 15 sharp fangs. This music is intense.
Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader.
Ooh, whoops. Oh, that's not... okay. What I meant to do. Yeah. What was that camera moment? I didn't like that.
Too slow.
Yes.
Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
I don't know, they sketch me out.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another.
But for a survey?
I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Here.
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your fight against Ultima.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided, had the others not chosen to complete their work, instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty, and should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his grace, Joshua Rosfield, is absolute. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty together.
Ice Age. Okay. I'm not going to do it. We have one more side quest on this map. But we're not going to do it right now. I'm going to stop for today. And that is where we will... we didn't do not one moment of the Maid storyline today. Not one. But that's okay. We are going to call it here for today. I hope you all have a great weekend. If you happen to be in the chat, we're going to raid over to Icy Webs, who is doing a charity stream for Trans Lifeline, playing Final Fantasy VI. So I hope you'll stick around for the raid. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will see you Monday, and we will continue.